Hiya lads and lasses, and welcome to Darts Coaching with Dynamite Dave. This is an informal version of a chuck and a chat. So basically what I'm going to do is a bit of waffling. So what's happened is a lot of people out there, a lot of you guys out there are going to be quite interested in what's happened to me medically over the last couple of 3 months, because I started making videos again, didn't I? And then it got to a precipice and then it just dropped off the other side. For the simple reason was I was feeling a bit better and what have you, a bit more optimistic. And then the doctors decided to stop my vitamin B12. So when I went over the top there, and when I stopped taking it after a week or so, I started to feel a bit, basically, it's hard to explain and hard to like articulate, but there's a rude way of putting it, but it's like I just couldn't be bothered. It was like foos sort of thing, you know. I'd get up to do a video and I'd never actually get into the bedroom to do it. I've not made any videos again, probably for, bloody hell, a month or maybe more, apart from obviously the draw video. I had to make that, I had no choice to do that. Again, same thing with work, because I have to get up and go to work and I have no choice, I go and do it. But I've got no get up and go, if you know what I mean. I've got no enthusiasm for things. Now, the way that's played out is, some of you will know, the ones that are on me in a circle, and some of you may not, that I had an hospital appointment this morning. I went to see the specialist. So I've seen the specialist this morning. He has actually now confirmed to me that I need a new heart valve. I need at least one, possibly 2. So it's one of them, we don't know. I definitely need an aortic valve replacing, because the blood is going into my heart, and then as my heart is contracting to squeeze the blood round my body, the blood is shooting back down the same vein as what it came in. So that needs sorting. So that now is in the hands of Wythenshawe. So I'm waiting now for an appointment with the surgeon there to discuss how we proceed from here, what the time scale is, etc, etc. Right, so enough of that. That's enough of that waffling. That's you hopefully squared off on what's going on up to now. I still quite like going out on the Sunday and having a few games of darts and a pint of beer, and I'm quite enthusiastic for that, but it's everything else, if you know what I mean. It's one of them, it's very difficult to get motivated. Anyway, like I say, we're supposed to be getting away from that. Right, I've got a fantastic fan of the channel. We talk on a regular basis. So this is Ray Phillips, and what he's done is he's sent me a set of his darts. So I've said this to you before in the past. If you send me a set of your darts that you no longer use, say you've moved on to another set, but you've had a set that you've really enjoyed and what have you, if you want to send them to me, get in touch with me and I'll do a review on them. So this is exactly what Ray's done. Ray sent me a set of Target bollards, and that's really all I know about them. He said that he sent me some spare points and stuff like that, but that's really all that I know about them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open them now, and I've said to Ray, and I'm saying this to you, if I find a set of darts that you send to me that suit me, what I'll do is I will then start using them as my match darts, and they'll score loads and loads of 180s and hopefully some great big finishes. Had some monster finishes, not last Sunday, but the Sunday before. Now, I was discussing on Facebook and, was it Twitter? Yeah, I think it might have been Twitter. It was Facebook and Twitter. We were discussing this, that when you get to a point, and hopefully you'll get to this, if you're doing the Dynamite Dave way, I promise you, you will get to this if you put the legwork in. You get to a point where 180s don't mean anything. A 180 to me is probably like a 60 to a lot of you guys out there. And lasses, of course. So out there, you lads and lasses, a 60 might be a bit of an achievement. It might be something that you hit 8, 10 or 12 times a day. 180s are the same for me. I now hit 3 or 4 in the pub. If I'm here practicing, it usually doesn't take me more than 5 minutes from the start of my session, after warming up of course, to hit my first 180, and then I can be in 5, 6, 8 or 10 in half an hour. So 180s are neither here nor there. what really, really excites me is finishing. Finishing on not only massive finishes, obviously 161s, 151s, 157s, 167s. They're all fantastic to hit. But there's some of the smaller ones and some that are sort of like, you'd think they were dead insignificant, like when you've screwed up. So you've gone for a 19 and you've hit a 7 and then you've got to clean that up. And there's a few times where I've gone for a single, hit a double, and then had to hit a single and a double to finish the match off, finish the leg off. And that, for me, is far more exciting now. Or, like I think I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, 86, I wanted 86, so DD way, double top, 6 double top. Double top, 4 double top for 84. It's just, and the thing is it's one of my proverbs, one of my sayings, one of my things is, if you do it that way, so say you hit the double top and you go for 4 and then for double top, if you never have a go at it, and a load of people say, oh, I'd never go that way. Well, the thing is, if you never go that way, you're never going to hit it, are you? Same thing happened with my brother, right? My brother's an absolute star, love him to bits, but he was the same sort of thinking, going the traditional way. And I just said to him, we were out in the pub with Dredge and a few others, and I said to him, I said, right, Roy, I said, you want, I think he wanted 99. I said, Roy, have a go, Roy. So he went, what do you mean, have a go? I said, go double top, 19 double top. I said, don't go 19 tops, go double top, 19 double top. I said, and this is my thinking behind it. If you hit the double top with the first dart, you know where you're going back to. So you know how you threw that dart to land it in that double top. Big 19 is like a walk in the park. It's the size of a sidewalk or a pavement or an alley or between 2 rows of houses. It's humongous. I said, so hit that double top. I said, if you hit the double top, 19, I said, don't think about it. Just go straight up. Don't aim. Don't do anything. Just put the third dart exactly the same as you did your first one. And do you know something? He hit it. And from then on, that was probably 2 years ago. And from then on, he started finishing my way. And his actual finishing percentage has gone up by 25 to 30%. Now, that is not insignificant. It's absolutely significant. So, have a go. You never know. Right, so back to the Ray Phillips bit. He sent me these darts, and here they are. Still in the package, unopened. And we're going to have a quick look at them now. So let's get them out and have a look, see what's in the box. Or not in the box, in the envelope. Right, let's open this up. Oh, right, well, we've got a darts case in here. Right, we've got a darts case in here that's been Celio taped up. Let's have a look what's inside here. Right, so that's one side open. Let's get that in the old bin. Let's see if we can find the other edge of this. Ooh, should be interesting. I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll cheat, shall we? Let's get a Dartington's, split it across. There we go. Oh, all off in one go. There we go. Alright, so let's have a quick look at what is in the box. Right. Oh, and here we are. We've got... Oh, sorry, you can't even see it, can you? Sorry about that. Right, so here's the box. Right, we've got the key for taking the Swiss points out. So we've got a Swiss point key. We've got some very nice fancy points that he sent me, and these are the darts. So these are the target bollards, and we're going to get these straight out and go straight into a chuck with them. I think everybody's seen these. These are the standard straight bollards. Not 100% sure what weight they are, but as you know, that doesn't matter to me. And it won't matter to you if you throw in the Dynamite Dave way either. I like the stems that have come with it. Nice blue stems. and some nice fancy flights. Right, so the next part of the video will be us chucking these, and then after that we'll go on to something completely different. Right, so here we are over in the chucking section. What I've done is the stems and flights that Ray sent, one of them wouldn't fit on. It was my fault. I was turning it and I've split the polymer in it. It wasn't Ray's fault, it was my fault. So what I've decided to do is go with the Dynamite Dave setup. So we've got the yellow flights, the Velos flights, and the stems. These ones I've bought. These are brand new ones. These have only just come in. I was going to do a review with them, but as you can see, the spinners, but they're quite stiff spinners. They're not wibbly wobbly. So I've never used these ones before. So I'll do a proper review with them at some point and tell you exactly what they are. All I know is that they're Harrows. That's the only bit that I know. I looked at them in the catalogue on Darts Corner and thought, oh, I'll have a go at a set of them, see what they're like. Right, so we've got the bollards with the Swiss points. That's what they look like. So basically they're just plain tungsten, and they're like a straight barrel, but they go fat, thinner, and slightly fatter again. So I'm assuming this is good for taking them out your serving hand. But we'll see. There's not a distinguished scallop in them, but there's definitely a taper to the centre and then a taper back out again. Right, so let's have a first throw with them and see how we do. Right, so first three arrows with them, first chuck. So grip's really good on them. I like the grip. It's got quite a decent distance between the actual ring cuts, so the grip is okay. It's not massive and it's not too small, so I'd say it's 2 to 2.5. So it's not a really good grip, but it's a decent grip. It comes down to slightly thinner rings towards the back, which give you a little bit more grip, so you get more grip if you're a rear gripper. But as you can see with the Dynamite Dave grip, that back part of my finger is actually driving the dart as well. So I'm actually getting full use of the grippier bit at the back as well as the slightly less grippier bit at the front. See, the grouper arm's alright, isn't it? They seem to fly quite well. I'm alright with the way they fly. Right, so that's 3 visits, just chucking them at the board, not trying for treble 20s or anything like that. And I like them. They're balanced. The way they fly nice and straight and true. The grip on them is a medium grip, which is okay. The slight deviation between the front to the centre to the back is a little bit odd. It just feels a little bit odd in the fingers. I can tell, if you know what I mean, I can tell that it goes slightly a smaller diameter in the middle. But that isn't affecting the way that they fly, and it's not affecting the way that I'm using them or the way that they're landing. First dart in, and then your second dart at your first dart's flight, and then your third dart at your first dart's flight, and there you go, straight out the back, first thing in the morning, 180. Certainly is 180. Oh, 180. 180! 2 and 3 visits. $140. Totally live filming this, lads and lasses, totally live filming. $140. And again. So now what we'll do is we'll go quiet and we'll see if we can do a little bit of scoring with them. So let's see how they fare in the scoring stakes. $95. Ooh, 83, just on the wrong side of the wire. $140. Third visit, can't complain about that. $83. $100. That's 5 visits. 5 good visits. Right, so we've been up the top now, so what we're going to do, we've had 5 visits up the top. I'm going to come down to the bottom now and see what the cover shots are like. $79. $95. So yeah, they adjust well. They adjust well, obviously. That slight inaccuracy is down to me, not down to the darts. $95. Right, we've done the 20s, done the 19s. Now what we'll do, so as it's not too boring, we'll just do a couple of doubles. Take your pick. Everybody, oh, should I say, people hate 9s. Doesn't matter, does it? All same size. Second dart. Yep, second dart. Let's come down 17s. Ooh, just inside the wire. Everywhere on the board, double, 4. Yeah. Double, 7. Second dart. See what I mean? This is what I say all the time. This is all that counts. That outside ring is what counts, and hitting that outside ring. So you can imagine 3 in hand. I wanted double 4, first dart. Boom. If I wanted double 7, second dart. First dart in's a marker. Second dart I threw at the first dart's flight. I looked at it. As I thrown the first one and it went too low, what I did was I took a mark on the first dart's flight, and that was, if you're looking at it now, I was looking at the top right hand, so the dart is slightly in like this and the flight is here. So I aimed at that edge of the flight, and because I aimed at that edge of the flight, it came in past the edge of the flight. If we slowed it down, past the edge of the flight, straight into the double 7. Beautiful marker. Right, so let's get the darts. Right, so what do we think to these bollards? Anyway, they're the straight cut ones with a very, very slight scallop in the middle. They do feel good to take them out your hand, so your serving hand, you've actually got a datum point where you can feel that the dart is at its smallest. So if you take them out your hand and you grab them in the wrong place, you can feel that you've grabbed them in the wrong place. Absolutely bang on. So Ray Phillips, again, thank you so much, mate. Thanks very much for sending me these. I've really enjoyed doing this little bit of a review on them. They've got some fancy points in them and all. Fancy gripping points. Not something that I tend to normally use on the board, but like I say, if I'm going to use these as my match darts, I'll probably change the points out. But other than that, absolutely bang on. And the bollards are quite a budget set of darts, aren't they? So Dynamite Dave's review and thoughts for them are a thumbs up. Whether I'm going to use them as my match darts, I'll give them another 2 or 3 days playing with them and see how they work for me. And if they work well, these will be my match darts from now on, probably for the next 2 or 3 months until somebody sends me something else. So anyway, thanks for that. That's section 2, and it's the end of this video. What we're going to do is chuck and chat. We're going to carry on in the next video. We're going to talk about some things totally different, hopefully over the next couple of days, maybe next week. Right, so thanks for watching. Oh, and don't forget, if you want to be part of the raffle, so basically if you want to get in the free raffle, there's 2 or 3 ways of doing it. Buy something off me off eBay, donate, so basically just send me a bit of a tip to get me a couple of beers and what have you, or write me a review, a really nice review, etc., and I will pick certain ones out of that. But whatever you do, make sure you tag me in on them, because if you don't tag me in on them, I don't know that you've done it. So make sure that I know that you've written this little piece about me, and let me have a read of it. I'll put you some free slips in the free prize draw. So thanks very much for watching. Don't forget, lads and lasses, you'll never get out of this game what you're prepared to put in. And always, 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 toe to the hockey!